As a company, Title Alliance uses a portal called TA Connections. You will receive from our IT department an email with instructions on how to set up your password. Fairly self-explanatory. I already have a password for my portal. This password will never have to be changed, so you can make it whatever you need it to be. We use the portal for many different things, and I always reference 3 areas of how we use it. We use it on a corporate level, we use it on a JV specific operation level, and then you also are going to use the portal on a personal level. The first time that you log in to TA Connections after creating your password, you won't see this screen. It will take you directly to the first of several company policies that we want you to read. The policy will appear on the screen. We want you to read it and check a box that you have read it, acknowledge it, and hit OK, and then the system will take you to the next one. These are the current policies. You don't have to do them all in one sitting. You can break it up if you get distracted and log out of the portal. The next time you log in, if you haven't finished going through and acknowledging all the policies, it will pick up where you left off. You can see the date that you agreed to it. You also could always come back here after acknowledging it and download it or just click on the actual policy and read it again as a reference if need be. This is one of the ways that we get this type of information out to all 40 plus joint ventures and 200 plus employees. Once you have gone through all of these policies, if we have an update, a revision to a policy, let's say we revised the clean desk policy, you will get an email from corporate that says, we've revised the clean desk policy. At your convenience, could you please log in to TA Connections and reread and acknowledge the changes. And as soon as you log in, the revised policy will appear on your screen before anything else, and you'll have a chance to read and acknowledge it, and the new date will appear here. Another way that we use the portal on a corporate or company level is TA Tidbits. This is a blog where we encourage offices and employees to post anything that's going on in their lives personally, in their offices, things that they're doing. And it's a nice way to keep in touch with all of the different JVs and what's going on in the different things. It's not required, but we highly recommend offices to post things. Another way that we use TA Connections on the corporate level is training. You are going to be assigned certain parts of our training program, which is on TA Connections. That will be assigned to you by our Director of Training, Erica O'Brien Mason. Once you click on Employee Training, you will see a welcome memo from Erica and the Training Department. Below that are training topics. Everything listed as the TA Way training will be assigned to you. They're in sections, and after completing each section, there is a short test for you to take. If you pay attention, it's not an issue with not passing the test. But we want to make sure that you not only go through the TA Way training sections, that you retain some of it, but we also, for auditing purposes, need to show that we are training our employees. And so by you taking and passing a test for each of the sections, we are able to do that. That becomes part of your personnel file, so we can track which sections of the TA Way training you've completed and which ones you still need to do. Below the TA Way training are different excerpts from company meetings, some breakout sessions, some quick tutorials on social media, etc., etc. And these do not entail a test at the end, but are great references for you to do at your leisure. So that is how we use the portal, or just a few ways we use the portal on a corporate basis. On a JV or operational basis, all reports regarding your escrow account, such as trial balance reports, outstanding check reports, are uploaded to the portal monthly when the accounts are reconciled. You are also sent an email noting that these reports have been uploaded to the site, and then you, as the employee needing to review these reports, would log into the portal and be able to access those reports. As an office, you often or may get asked for a copy of your state license, your E&O insurance, and that's all listed here for your particular office only. And so you could come under here. I'm not in an office, so I don't have anything, but here would be uploaded your E&O policy that you could download, email directly out of the site to a lender if need be, print it, whatever the case may be. Another way we use this on an office level is supply orders. Each office can order their own supplies of pens, folders, business cards, anything that is branded for your joint venture. It opens up to the category of business cards, but if you click, there is all sorts of things that you can get. Of course, it is subject to the marketing budget for your joint venture. And what's nice is when you pick an item or category and then go under and pick an item, you get to see exactly what it is. You can choose what is imprinted on it, where it gets shipped, and you can order it directly from here. So once you choose an item, the order goes to the corporate office and the order is reviewed and double check before it's sent to the vendor. You also have the ability as an office to receive title orders through the portal. So if someone is to visit your website, whether it is a realtor or a buyer or seller, they can actually go in and place a title order, which then comes into the site. Lastly, as far as an office is concerned, or one of the few things, there is an employee directory. If you need to look up an employee, if you're looking for an office in one of our offices in a different state to reference a file or an order to, it's very easy to do that here. And another important function of the portal is financial statements and capture reports. So monthly financial statements for your joint venture are posted here for your viewing pleasure, as well as any of your investors have access to the financials through their own login of the portal. And we also keep capture reports, so we can see which agents are using you for their title orders and where the business is going elsewhere, if any. And those reports are also uploaded here for easy access. Lastly, we use TA Connections for you as an individual. If you are an hourly employee, you will need to note your hours through our time card system. The company is Kelly Payroll. You will receive an email with instructions to set up your employee login ID and password to this site from Gary Buckman in our corporate office. Once logged in, it's very easy for you to log your hours. Once you have a login, you would need to come in here on a weekly basis and input your hours for that week. Your manager then approves the hours you've worked before it's sent to payroll to be paid. And that's accessed here on the portal. In addition to logging hours, if you are an exempt employee or salaried employee and not eligible for overtime, if you need to request PTO, paid time off, you do that through this same site. And it's very self-explanatory. You pick the number of hours, with 8 hours being a full day. And once you request and hit send, it also goes to your hiring manager and they approve your request for PTO or decline it. And you know that by an email that you will receive noting either or. In keeping with the paperless environment, we've made a decision not to issue paycheck stubs or W-2s. And so to access your biweekly paycheck stub, you're going to do it through the portal, through this link called Payroll. It is also through the company Kelly, and you receive, during your first week, instructions to set up a username and password, which is different and separate from the username and password you need to log your hours or request paid time off. Once in here, you can view every paycheck stub you have, and in addition to viewing it, you can download it, email it, print it. At the end of a calendar year, when W-2s are done and completed, the company receives an email message from corporate that they are available on the site, and you would come into here as well, log in, and be able to access your W-2 and also print it, download it, email it out right from the site. I highly recommend to all new employees that during your first week with us, that you set aside about 30 minutes to just do some investigating of what's on this portal on TA Connections. There is a user guide, there's some help buttons and frequently asked questions, but if you go through each department, obviously there are things that you may not need anytime soon, or you may need in the near future, and you will at least have an idea of what is here. It gets a lot harder as you get into your job to set aside that time, so I always recommend that people do that within their first week. And certainly if you have questions of how something works or where something is that you can't find, you can always let us know. In theory, TA Connections should be your first place to go when you're looking for things either regarding the corporation, your particular JV, or any need you have as an individual.